I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me, but they couldn't. They
Is
couldn't.
mine on?
Yours is on. No, no, no. See, everything you do is working beautifully. It,
Beauty.
it's my stuff that's always messed up. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the show. As I said in my eternal mutedness, R.I.P. Takeoff from the Migos. Hope everyone's having a wonderful time. Otherwise, though, we got a wonderful show planned for you guys today. We're going to be talking about Sasha Banks. We're going to be talking about MGT asking, how can we start the stream without technical difficulty? We can't. We absolutely
We can't do that.
we
You know
can't.
that,
It's not in
right?
my blood. I am Mr. Ill prepared. After 2 years of streaming, like nearly every other day, I eat a big fat L on that every time. Anyway, Trevor, how has this
Yes,
past
sir.
week been for you?
Okay, pretty good. Working. That's about it. Other than that, pretty good. Since you also do sports, I thought it'd be a good place to also mention. Rest in peace, Adam Zimmerman. Mike Zimmerman's son. He was a offensive coordinator and head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, and also recently he was offensive coordinator for I believe, for the Cincinnati Bengals. He just passed away today at 38.
Yeah, tragic. It's very tragic for people to pass away as young as those two did. In Mike Zimmer's son and
Then take off, yeah.
Sorry, Takeoff. But yeah, our thoughts and prayers obviously go out to their families, loved ones, and everyone who was affected by that. But on to more lighthearted stuff. Trevor,
Yes, sir.
since we're not talking about AEW really on the show, otherwise, I have a big question for you.
Yes, sir.
Are you coming?
And what is that question?
Are you coming to Dynamite tomorrow?
Baltimore Dynamite, right?
Yeah, well, it's like it's Catonsville. It's like right
Catonsville.
outside. It's like
It's right
suburbs
outside
of
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
So here's the thing. Are you going?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I want to go, and I was thinking about going, but the only problem is I work tomorrow.
That's tragic.
That's very tragic. Now, see, the thing is, it starts at 8. If I could get off at 7 or a little before 7 and just motor straight there, I could make it. But we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Well, I'm going to be in the cheap seats, and I doubt anyone's going to take the seat next to me. So let me know if you're going to come through.
I will definitely let you know that, because I'm going to think on that today.
All right. Cool. I will be at Baltimore, definitely. I will be at Baltimore Dynamite tomorrow night. So if you guys are around, if anyone's around, feel free to come up and scare the hell out of me and say hello. And say it just like that. It's still spooky season to me.
No, say that and record it, because I would love to see Romer's reaction.
I might slap you. I might slap you. Yeah. Let's go through some of these chats real quick to begin the show.
No, don't go through them.
What are they bad?
No, not bad. Just silly.
Oh dear. Now I have to go through them. Okay. So Surf Wrestling says also Bailey is being rumored to turn on Io Sky and Dakota Kai. I don't think that's true. I haven't heard anything about that. And we got Surf Wrestling saying, I believe the Bo Dallas reveal after Crown Jewel, because it would be impossible to get him in the arena without anyone seeing him. It's Saudi Arabia. They can get anywhere without, dude. It's Saudi. The mafia runs the country. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Lord. That's true. They can.
We got Surf Wrestling saying, I clearly know it is. I know it is because Vincent from Ring of Honor is booked 3 times for indie matches. Yeah. MGT
Yeah,
says, how can we start a show without technical difficulty? I read that. And of course, we got
other stuff.
There.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting stuff here in the chat, guys. But Trevor, another week, another hot take moment. So you're our icebreaker this week. Open it up, baby.
Oh yes. So I was trying to think of a good one today, actually. And I think I've asked some interesting ones. This one I don't think I have. I may have. I don't know. But anyway, so wrestling does all kinds of things for everybody, gives all type of different feels. What was a heartbreaking moment in wrestling to you, for you?
A heartbreaking moment in wrestling for me.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so I assume we're not going to include things like, the Brody Lee Memorial or the Eddie Guerrero
we could
tribute.
include that, but I don't know
like
if that's...
those are like genuinely heartbreaking. Like, I mean,
yeah,
heartbreaking as a kid. I mean, if we're going to include those,
let's do that. Heartbreaking as a kid for you.
If we're going to include those tribute type moments, then I would say the biggest one was the Benoit show. Like, I mean,
and I can imagine
show.
that. Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, growing up, my favorite wrestler, like bar none, like hands down, wasn't even close. Growing up was Chris Benoit. He is no longer my favorite wrestler after 2007.
Of course.
But growing up, and I was like 9. I mean, growing up, like I've been a fan of Benoit since like 2003, which is only a short run. But like to like a 7-year-old, like whenever I started watching like Benoit wrestle, I was like I didn't know the sense of time. All I knew was like he's my favorite wrestler. And I just remember we went to like we were over like my whole family went over to someone else's house for like that night because it was, I don't know, it was like someone's birthday or something. We were having dinner at their house. So I was like really antsy because I was like, because that was supposed to be the night of Vince McMahon's funeral. Remember when he blew himself up in the limo?
Yeah, when he blew himself up. Yeah, I do remember that.
Like a 3-hour edition of Raw. It was a big Raw moment. And like, those kids, that was back before I had DVR and TiVo and all that, So I was like, I need to watch it live. This can't miss, right? Because I needed to know who done it, who killed Vince McMahon. And then obviously, like I turned on the show and I think I started a little bit late. I think I started like maybe 15, 20 minutes in. And I just see like they're playing like a Benoit match. I think it was Benoit versus Sid at Mayhem 2000 for the WCW World Championship. And I just remember like they're playing. I'm like, why am I watching Chris Benoit match from 2007? And then like I'm like confused for like the first like my 10-year-old mind is very confused for the first like 10 minutes. I'm like, is this wrong? Did what happened here? And then in the corner I just see like in memory of like Chris Benoit just in the corner, just pop up, flash up.
Yeah.
And then I see like in memory of like Nancy Benoit and like Daniel, his son. And I'm just like, what?
What?
And I just remember being so dejected. And then the news of what came out, of what happened, where he murdered his family and then killed himself. It came out, and to 10-year-old me, I mean, it was heartbreaking because on one hand, it's heartbreaking because, like, and it's to a lesser extent, obviously, that like, oh, my favorite wrestler is dead. But to the other extent, right, it was like the circumstances of the murders and everything that led to. It was truly heartbreaking because like like it's obviously not true since 2007. But growing up, Chris Benoit was like a hero to me. Like that was it was like someone asked me, what's your favorite? Who's your favorite like TV character? Is Chris Benoit? Who's your favorite actor? TV Chris Benoit. Who's your favorite editor? Chris Benoit.
And there's nothing wrong with saying that. I mean, there's something wrong with it now, of course, but it was nothing wrong.
If I said, yeah, Chris Benoit is my hero, no, obviously.
Sir,
but like growing up, like, yeah, I was,
yeah.
Because how are we to know?
I mean, there was no reason not to say that. I mean, like from what he showed, he was a great guy. Like, I mean, it was a great character to watch and follow. Like, Chris Benoit was actually, well, not one of my favorites, but I actually liked Chris Benoit a
Oh,
lot.
look at you. You're like, let me distance myself from Benoit real quick.
Because I mean, he wrestled a lot like Dynamite Kid, and I remember seeing late videos of Dynamite Kid, and so like, it was, if you like Dynamite Kid, you kind of liked Benoit. But yeah, that was a touching one. I could imagine.
For the 10-year-old me, that broke my heart for sure.
I'm gonna go with the whimsical, like,
Oh yeah,
this
bring him back down
bring him back first, and then my true moment after that. So first one was, of course, everyone that knows anything about wrestling remembers I lost my smile. Everyone remembers that. Everyone should remember that. It was Shawn Michaels. It was an episode of Raw. He the actual truth behind it. A couple weeks before that, he had got jumped in a parking lot. He running his mouth. He was still taking drugs at that point. Running his mouth, got his head kicked in, pretty much, got his ass beat. And I mean, he fought back, of course, but he came on, and he was injured and stuff like that, came on and was telling people that, and actually, coincidentally enough, it was around that time period where he fought Owen Hart, and Owen Hart spin wheel kicked him, and he fainted in the ring. And he used it as why he was injured. And he came out and pretty much had this heart-wrenching moment with Vince McMahon, and pretty much the catalyst of it was I lost my smile, and when I find it, I'll be back. That's pretty much what it was.
Y'all want to know the true story about that? Y'all want to know the true story about the lost my smile moment? I can tell you the truth. Because you just heard the propaganda Shawn Michaels fan go off. It's like, Shawn Michaels my favorite wrestler. I'm going to defend him. His truth is my truth. No. I'm going to tell y'all the real story about that. That was when Shawn told Brett, I would never drop the title to you. I would never do a job to you. That's what that was. He told Brett he would never do a job to him. And instead of jobbing out to Brett the Hitman Hart, arguably one of the best technical wrestlers of all time, Shawn Michaels said, I'm sad, so I lost my smile. I'm going home. And what does he do? He goes home. He lost his smile. And then he gains it back. He's like, I'm the champion again. And I'm going to screw Bret Hart. That's what happened. True story.
That's part of what happened. What I said was true as well.
Conveniently left out some very important details.
That's part of what happened. What I said was also true as well. Together, the truth, that is the truth. All of it's the truth. Jackass.
Hey, fake news, sir. Fake news.
But yes, as a child, that I remember, like, is this real? Actually buying the whole thing. Then years later, of course, realizing it's not real. But the one that matches the Benoit, I was in ninth grade. I was in ninth grade, and it was my whatever birthday it was, 15th, 16th birthday, and still very active in wrestling, still very active fan in wrestling, and we got the pay-per-view, which was it Over the Edge pay-per-view, on that pay-per-view, the Blue Blazer was supposed to suspend himself from, we all know the story, from the top of the ring. Blue Blazer was Owen Hart. And at the time, of course, Owen Hart was my favorite wrestler, my favorite Hart, actually. And sitting down with my brother, I mean, I'm no kid, I'm 16, but I'm no adult either.
Damn, motherfucker, you at least 30.
That's great. And I was just sitting there.
A great line in that movie. I'm so sorry.
And we were watching it, and I'm like, oh, Owen Hart's coming out. And then we all know what happened. He felt it disconnected. He fell from the ropes and hit. And actually, you can't find that pay-per-view anymore. Nope. But
you find the pay-per-view, but any mention of Owen Hart is cut out.
Yeah.
All mention of Hart is cut out.
Imagine actually watching it. We bought the pay-per-view. You saw it live. And the thing was, As soon as he hit, that's when they cut. That's when they panned off. Like you saw the whole impact, everything, and yeah, yeah, it was. And like looking at back on the stories now, even like looking at the commentating, like Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross both knew it wasn't good. They both knew it wasn't good.
Jerry Lawler went into the ring to
he
try to
sure
help.
did. He threw his headset down and ran right in the ring. And when he came back, he's shaking his head at Jim. He
looked
says,
white
not
as a
looking
ghost
good
when he came back, because like there are videos of the Jerry Lawler when he came back on like YouTube and things like that.
Yeah. He shook his head and Jim Ross was like, it doesn't look good, Jim. Jay, yeah, it doesn't look good. But yeah, that's mine. That's mine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, heartbreaking, definitely. Wow. Way to start off on a positive note, Trevor.
Ha!
Could have just stuck with the Shawn Michaels thing. We could have carried on with our fun, lighthearted show, and
we're gonna.
Yeah, we're sociopaths. We're definitely gonna continue on with this lighthearted show. Anyway, guys, Trev, let's go to our first topic of the day. Our first official, I should say, topic of the day, as we will definitely ramble. Let's talk about Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns at Saudi Mania, like 55. All right.
At this point, it ages more in Saudi Arabia.
A pay-per-view I will not watch, but I'm gonna try to do this thing on Saturday. I'm gonna try to do this thing where I don't watch the pay-per-view, but I'm gonna review it. I'm just gonna review strictly like what I read online about it, and we're gonna see what happens when I do that. That's.
I would love to be part of that if I possibly could.
You want to? You can come on, man. Yeah, sure.
Because I don't watch that crap either. I don't watch.
Yeah. If you're text me if you're available like Saturday afternoon, because that's when it's gonna go down.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, we could do like a post Saudi Mania edition of Saudi Mania, because I refuse to.
I don't watch it. I don't. I just don't. Like, I know you have your reasons, and to me, your reasons were probably more
important.
That make more sense
than mine. It's trash, man. It's just trash.
make more sense than mine, but it's trash. I don't like watching it.
Here's the thing. You know what saved this whole thing? Sami Zayn. He is okay. I have a hot take. Very hot take. Cody should not be the one to take the belt off of Roman Reigns. It should be Sami Zayn.
We've said this like what, 3 times already?
Look. It's the internet that I'm saying it for. I need to prepare them for they're not ready. They're not ready for this thing. It should be Sami Zayn.
No, it should be.
The story's right there.
It'd be the biggest screw job ever. The greatest story ever told.
I like the. Here's the thing. I love Cody Rhodes. I'm a huge fan of his work. Him coming over to WWE was like one of the biggest stories of all time, basically, because like it got the most clicks. But all that stuff Cody said about I want to be the first world champion, or the first Rhodes to hold up a world championship belt, and blah 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 blah. All that stuff he said. Nah, get it out of here. Get him out of here. It is Sami Zayn's moment. The crowd loves him. They're chanting his name even when he's not on TV. Like he's Usi. He's coming up with like the most of it. He's so entertaining that Jey Uso, who is supposed to like hate him, viscerally hate him, is cracking up every time he opens
his mouth.
Every single time. On top of that.
The Waffle House thing was hilarious. I'm sorry.
Waffle House thing was so fun. I mean, Usi? You're not feeling too Usi there, my friend? Like, here's the thing. From the promo standpoint, the story is there for Sammy to be for Sammy to be the sympathetic babyface, because he's in. Right. You know what it reminds me of? In a weird way, this reminds me of kind of the buildup of the Festival of Friendship between Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is kind of like the little bit of like taken less seriously, like heel character, but he's like, he's trying to endear himself to Kevin Owens. He's always like doing all this stuff. Like, it is like it reminds me a lot of the storyline, and WWE has a chance to do that storyline right, because the way they did it at Mania 33 was terrible, because they gave it a nonsense match. They took the title off of KO like 2 weeks before and gave it to Goldberg, who then lost it in a great match to Brock Lesnar. It was a great like 5 minute just let's go for it like match.
Right,
But
it was. It
but
really was.
that match deserved that match being Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho deserved to have the title on the line. I think there's a way you could do it where Roman loses the Universal title on night 1 and then loses the WWE title on night 2. Like
what for WrestleMania?
For WrestleMania, because like here's the thing, I think Roman's like one of those guys like I've done everything there is to do, and he's like the type of guy who's like, what else has no one ever done? Main event both nights of WrestleMania. That's what I'm gonna do. And you could tell a story where I don't know, it's like Sami Zayn wins an Elimination Chamber match and with a fluke, and you know he says like he could go up to Roman and say, my tribal chief, I would never challenge you for the title, and then Roman says, you're right, Sammy. You're not going to challenge me for the title. And you get kind of that Randy Orton Triple H type of moment where the thumbs down happens. Like there's so many ways to do it. But I think that as far as a story being told right now for Roman Reigns, because right now the way he looks at Sami Zayn is also very interesting, because he doesn't look at Sami Zayn as a friend, right? He doesn't look at him like blood. He doesn't look at him like family. He looks at Sami Zayn kind of like a pet. Like he's a dog, like like literally. You remember Omni? I don't know if for anyone out there who watched Invincible, the TV show. It's like how Omni Man, like he asked, or Omni Man's son asked him, "What about mom? Did you ever love her?" He's like, "I kind of loved her like a pet." Not that I'm endorsing that type of behavior. Definitely don't love other people. Yeah. Don't love other people like pets. But that's what Roman Reigns is doing, and I think there's definitely a story to be told there. And
there is.
Yeah.
There definitely is.
But yeah. I'm sorry, it has nothing to do with Saudi Mania. I just don't want to talk about it.
But I mean, no, it definitely is. Like, I mean, there's a big story there, but for one brief second, if Logan Paul wins that championship, I'm going to shoot someone with a pellet gun. You mean shoot yourself with a pellet gun? Well, I'm someone.
We don't endorse violence on others. Oh.
Or ourselves.
No, you know what? You just here shoot. You can shoot I'll give you a can.
You know what?
I'll give you like a bottle.
You know what? I'll eat something I don't like. How about that?
If Logan Paul wins, you have to come on here on Tuesday and physically eat a hat.
I don't think I can do that. I could try. But no, like, dude, that's just, it doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense to me. It wouldn't make a bit of sense to me.
That being said, bro, think of the headlines, bro. The clicks, bro. We would be bigger than Mick Jagger in England, bro. bigger than Barry Bonds on steroids, bro. We'd be so big.
Oh man, Piper in Portland.
I'm all out of bubblegum.
But dude, that's just
It would be something. I mean, here's the thing. I think he's not gonna win. He can't win. Like he can't win. I think the likely scenario there is going to be something along the lines of Logan Paul. They've been talking about on the build-up that Logan Paul, he has the ability to hit that one, lucky shot on Roman Reigns and knock him out.
Right.
That's what they've been building up. Paul Heyman's mentioned it multiple times that he has a screw in his knuckle or whatever. I think that they could do that in that they could have him hit. Hear me out now. Hear me out. Don't worry. It's not going in the direction you think it is. They have Logan Paul hit the knockout punch, have Roman Reigns down for the 1, 2, 3, and then Usi Juice comes out. Okay. That if Sami Zayn and the Usos, that needs to be their trio's name. Usi Juice.
Usi Juice. Oh dear.
Usi Juice. Usi Juice. Get the Biggie Smalls cover, man. Let's go. Oh my god.
That sounds like a bad soft drink. It really does.
We got MGT in the chat saying, "Are you guys casual with WWE watching?" Not recently. Recently, I've been watching Raw. Like I've been watching a lot of Raw. SmackDown, Fridays. Remember Friday.
I've been watching a lot of NXT here lately. NXT been catching Raw. I caught the end of SmackDown last week.
This Gunther, Walter versus Rey Mysterio match is gonna be real fun. I hear it's
gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah. But I've actually been looking MGT what they've been doing with your boy Mr. Theory, and I don't know.
Helps.
I mean,
the beard helps.
It does. It really does. Honestly, really does. I'm not gonna say
he's still a jobber. But
he put it like this: he's a jobber with style. He's a jobber with style because I like how they're improving him a little bit. He's not improving him like what's the word I'm looking for? Severely, but he has improved a little.
Grayson Willa is still better. Grayson Willa is still better. I don't even watch NXT, and I think Grayson Willa.
Well, Grayson Willa has better gifts too, though. I mean, he has better natural talent. Like, let's just be honest. Austin Theory does not have any natural talent.
I mean, he does. Okay, he can wrestle. Like, Austin Theory can wrestle a match.
Yeah, he can, and he's got in that aspect. He's gotten much better. He's gotten much better at his wrestling. He definitely has.
Look, he's better than Von Wagner. Okay, he's better. Although Von Wagner had one of the spots of like the year when he threw who was it? He threw who was it? Was it Carmelo Hayes in that match? Who was it? Maybe.
Yes. It was was it? It wasn't Carmelo Hayes. One of the tag team guy. He used to be a tag team.
It was Nash. Oh god, Lee Nash? No, fucking hell.
Lee something. It's something Lee.
Oh god, one of the tag team. One of them got fired for being a terrible human being and
MSG
at Madison Square Garden. World's greatest arena.
I said MSJ.
You jabroni. I beat you and I beat you. No, you're right. It was you're right. It was
MSK, whatever
Wesley. There we go. Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley. There you go. But no, like. Stupid. But no,
world's greatest tag team, MSK, Hulk Hogan, you jabroni. I'm sorry. Did we just stop?
No, I'm just looking at what MGT said,
right,
and I believe
MGT. I'll read it out. You react. MGT in the chat says Austin Theory can wrestle, can talk, has charisma. Great look. He just needs to not be booked like a loser. Well, here's the thing. They are booking him like an absolute jobber right now, which is...
They are. They really are.
They have with that's like the weird thing they always go to with the one Money in the Bank winner. They're like, all right, this person won Money in the Bank. Now they can lose a bunch, which is like, that's not what you're supposed to do. Like, look what they did with Edge when he won Money in the Bank. He didn't lose all the time. No, he actually won more and became a main event guy. So by the time he cashed it in, you were like, oh, Edge is gonna win. Let's go.
And I'm not sure why they're sticking to this route with Theory. Because don't get me wrong, like MGT, like I said, I think he's getting better. I stand by that. I do. We already agreed that he had a look. He had a look about him, which is why he was pushed in the first place. He can wrestle. Now, his skills on the mic still need work. Don't get me wrong. He's not terrible, but he's not great. He's right in the middle, and that's where you want to be, as long as you can accelerate. You know what I'm saying? As long as you can get past that, you know. But excel is the word I was looking for. But he, like you said, his booking is terrible, and like he's pretty much the butt of a joke right now. Like they make fun of him more than they, you know, they push him or support him, which is kind of WWE's way sometimes with certain stars. But I think if he gets that, you know, if he stops getting booked, like you said, like a jobber, like a loser, he gets that one big match where he can like show himself. I think you'll see a lot change with MG with Theory.
Nah, jabroni jobber loser who's gonna. Here's the thing. At this point, right, the biggest issue with Austin Theory. I mean, okay, all jokes aside, right? He's got talent.
Right.
I understand why WWE is going with it. He's just not for me. Like he doesn't resonate with me, and that's fine. There are a lot of people.
It's fine. Yeah,
it's totally
absolutely.
fine. I understand the appeal. I do understand the appeal, genuinely. The issue with Austin Theory, the biggest issue I should say, is not that. It is the fact that what is he going to do with that Money in the Bank briefcase? Exactly. Is there a long-term plan for that? Because that is something that happened, remember, under Vince McMahon's watch, not Triple H, who's changing things, right? So there's like the route of him being the one to cash in on Roman Reigns, which if you do that, you better really here's the thing. If that's your route, right, you better really hope that he's the guy. Because if he's not, then that's 2 years of build. Or sorry, nearly 3 years of build of who's going to be the one to topple Roman Reigns as this undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion down the toilet. And that's not something you need to be careful with that. Like the Undertaker streak, they picked their moment and it was Brock. And what did that do? It led to like nearly a decade of us, like of Brock's career being really reinvigorated and us looking at Brock Lesnar in a different light. Whether or not we want to say it did, it did. Like Brock Lesnar changed after that moment.
It did.
And you want to try to have that have a similar effect. Now, could Cody be a person to do that? Sure. Could Sami Zayn be a person to do that? Sure. But for Austin Theory, that Money in the Bank briefcase at this point is a big like crutch for him. And I hope that they have figured out what they want to do. I would like, honestly, there's a way to do this, right? Again, this isn't perfect. There's a way to do it where Austin Theory cashes in Money in the Bank on the NXT title that doesn't make him look like a complete idiot. There is a way to do it in that he kind of accepts the fact that he's not beating Roman. Because like every time he's tried to cash in on Roman, the Usos are right there. He knows that, right?
Right.
And I don't know whether it's like maybe something along the lines of like at the Rumble, Braun Breaker comes up to him and just says, "Hey, you cashing that Money in the Bank yet? No, too scared." And then like he kind of makes like you got to plant the seed somewhere, and then like you could do a thing where he's the one who cashes in on Braun Breaker, and I think that would be cool. Like that would be cool.
I think that'll make more sense. Honestly,
it would make more sense. It's just the fact that he has Money in the Bank right now. It's just like. It almost aggravates like people like me too, because I'm just like, what's the end goal here? Like you're not gonna have him cash in on Roman, and if you are, what's gonna change between now and like 6 months from now when he's gonna be forced to cash in? You know, it's just.
Exactly. Like I don't think he's ready for the main roster, honestly, and it's not a shot to him. To me, is they pushed him too early. I honestly just. Because to me, he wasn't wrestling enough in NXT, in my opinion. Like at one point, he wrestled every other week, if he wrestled at all. I mean, you saw him on TV, but he didn't wrestle. Like I honestly think that him going after the NXT Championship would make more sense than going after Roman. It makes more sense to me. Like give him the NXT Championship. Let him work with that. Let him get more charisma, get more acclimated, get more comfortable with being the guy, and see what happens to him. I mean, we all saw what making someone the supposed guy does to a superstar is not ready. Look at what happened Drew McIntyre.
Look at what happened to Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre.
I mean, and they came back, and what happened? Like Drew went to a whole nother federation, came back, and was the man. Like, I mean, first off, I didn't know Drew could gain that much muscle. But let's be honest.
I didn't know a human could look like that. I'm not going to lie to you. I did not know a human could look like that.
Thought that man was a mountain walking. I was like, I didn't know mountains could walk and talk. Jeez. But
bigger than Barry Bonds on steroids.
But this is one of those things where like sometimes like it takes someone to fall hard before their career can step back up.
Yeah. That being said, I think the NXT title is like is what they got to end up doing with it. Like I don't see another way out of it. Again, and there's a way to do it you have to be a little creative and you have to
Yeah.
kind of build it up. There's a way to do it that makes Austin Theory not look like a total loser, like, and look smart about it. And like, because like, I mean, like, there is precedence to doing something like that, right? Charlotte Flair, when she won the Rumble in 2020, she went and faced Shayna Baszler, I believe, at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So there is precedent to do that. We got CC in the chat. Hey, CC saying, got distracted watching Coco. Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me. Great movie. We got.
That was a great movie.
MGT says Austin Theory should not cash in on a lower price like the NXT title. Okay, MGT, I'm gonna we'll come back to this. What should he do? Here's the thing. Because if he's the guy to cash in on Roman, you really gotta know that he's your guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You really gotta know, man. Like,
you can't half-ass this.
It's like I mean, again, I know that I'm like, I'm not. I try not to be biased in this because I know it's not for me. But I even like from a objective point of view, it is hard for me to believe that Austin that's the guy. I mean, just saying, man. Just saying.
He wasn't that convincing as the Intercontinental Champion, to be honest.
MGT said he's not cashing in successfully. Then what's the point? What's the point? What's the point of all of this? He's too dumb to cash in successfully. What's the point of this? Why am I watching him on my screen? Why did I have to sit through Austin Theory? 8 count down. 8
right,
count down. Boom, boom, ratings down. I don't want to have to
like I said, I honestly believe that NXT is the way to go for him. That's my way. That's my belief.
It's got to end with him getting gold, man. Like, you're building him up. You can't have him be a jabroni jobber loser.
Yeah, What's up, Liam?
Liam is here. I told you Liam would show up.
Yep. He shows up for the other shows. He just doesn't show up when I'm on the show. Jerk.
You got MGT in the chat saying it was Vince McMahon's decision to put the briefcase on him.
Because Vince McMahon saw something in him, which that doesn't always mean anything.
It's just, man. Here's the thing: WWE is a multi-billion-dollar company with all the resources in the world. They have to find a way to make this make sense. I do not believe for a second. I do not believe that they are not capable. Okay, whether or not they do is a different story. I do not believe that they are not capable of making this make sense. All the resources in the world. Triple H hired a guy for long-term creative. Make this work. That is your job. Literally your job. Make it work.
Right. Exactly. And they can, but it's got to be done. We talked about this a long time. But it's got to be done in a certain way. It's got to be done in a certain way. And so far, I haven't seen the way they can do it unless they go the NXT route. And love you too, Liam.
Oh, yeah, we all love you, Liam. Welcome. Guys, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification. But we're gonna move on from the Austin Theory talk. We didn't even really talk about the Saudi Mania match. Who cares though? But,
I mean, do you honestly believe that Logan Paul's gonna win?
99% chance he loses.
Yeah. So there we go. Fuck Logan Paul. Let's go.
Moving on, we have an update on Sasha Banks. This is an aggregation from Cultaholic.com that I'm just going to read out because I am lazy. We got... I'm just being honest with them.
Real journalism, people.
Yep. So, again, big ups to Aiden Gibbons over at Cultaholic for writing this. Sasha Banks has been away from WWE since she and Naomi walked out of the May 16th episode of Monday Night Raw over a creative dispute. The pair were suspended following the incident and stripped of their women's tag team titles. It was believed that Banks and Naomi are no longer with the company, but Dave Meltzer reported in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter that the boss is still under contract with the organization. There is no word when Banks will return, as there have reportedly been, quote, hang-ups in negotiating a new deal. Banks has been training in the ring recently in Spain, and she remains in the public eye with Naomi during their WWE absences, appearing at the Black Panther Wakanda Forever premiere, which they all look great. Naomi has also been reportedly in talks with WWE over a return, but there have been issues with her own negotiations. She remains bound by her old contract. She's unable to sign elsewhere since WWE had the option to freeze her contract for the time that she has been suspended. So we have an update on that. There's also a report going around, or a rumor going around, that Sasha Banks was backstage at a WWE live event in Mexico. So, again, take that with a grain of salt. That's what we know. It looks like, and like from reports we were getting earlier, WWE thought that they had at least Sasha Banks back in the fold and that she was coming back. There was a plan to bring her back, that she was there. Now we're seeing reports that there's hangups. There's still negotiations going on with both herself and Naomi. Trevor, what do you think of this? What's your reaction, and kind of where do you see it going?
I can see where either wrestler would be, especially Sasha, be apprehensive about signing back. But like, I think it's just one of those moments that where they may not have the space for him. They may not have the the room for him right now. Like, it doesn't seem like Sasha or Naomi is really suffering that, or are really suffering that much. Not being signed to the company. I think the company is suffering more than they are. Because you have two hot talents, one of them being one of the hottest talent, and Sasha, and you have one of the best athletes, in Naomi, sitting on the sideline. So I mean, honestly, I think the promotion is suffering more than they are. But I don't know. Like, part of me thinks Sasha's going to sign back, but another part of me believes that she might be done with wrestling for now. Naomi will be and I've been saying this for a long time, Naomi would be a great fit with the bloodline, honestly. If they went that route, I think maybe you've talked about it a couple times before. But I mean, neither one of them really need WWE, because they both got other things that they're doing. Naomi, I think, is still doing stuff with her dancing and modeling. I think the same thing with Sasha as well.
She's amazing.
She is. She's absolutely amazing.
I still need that glow belt. That was a really cool belt. I can't believe she got in trouble for that.
Yeah, I thought that was so stupid. That was dumb. Can you buy that belt though?
I think you can now. Definitely not when she did it, but like you definitely can now.
Ooh.
Bring it to the floor.
Oh. Dude, like my mom used to love her shoes. The fact that they glowed or whatever, and it's a true story. We were in the mall one time, and a few years back, and we saw those shoes being sold, and my mom goes, "Remember when you were a kid and you used to have, a pair of those shoes?" I was like, "Well, not exactly like those. I had the British Knights, but they lit up."
Yeah,
and
little
like,
police Johns. You flashing red and blue. Yeah.
And then you step on them and they like, oh my god. And
I thought I was so cool when I was in like first grade.
Right.
I was like, yeah.
Thought
I was feeling myself cool with those shoes. I want a pair though. I want a pair now. Like I want to wear like. I wish I wish Jays did that. Could you imagine if they made a pair of Jays?
If Jays lit up, do you imagine?
Yeah,
that would be hilarious.
I'd be all over.
And great. That'd be the greatest thing ever.
Bro, like one of my biggest like if I ever become like uber wealthy, if that ever happens, right, which I don't know if I'll ever be this uber wealthy. My first like nonsense, like absolute nonsensical purchase is going to be those like limited edition Back to the Future Nikes they came out with a while ago.
Yeah,
the ones that like self-taught. Like that is going to be my bit.
I just couldn't at the time, especially at the time, couldn't justify spending that much money on a pair of shoes.
It was literally like 10 grand when they first came out. Now they go for like 20 or 30 grand. So like it's a nonsense purchase. I want to be clear about this. It's a nonsense purchase. I definitely can't afford it right now. But if I ever get to the point where I can afford a nonsense purchase of like 30 grand, that's going to be what I get. It won't be it won't be like something useful. It will be nonsense like that.
Really? That's what nonsense purchase is. A nonsense purchase is something that is absolutely not
Back to the Future
useful
is
at all.
like my favorite like movie trilogy. Yes,
Mine too.
even more favorite than Godfather.
I think it's up there with Ghostbusters for me. Ghostbusters was one of my favorites.
Ghostbusters.
That's not even the song.
Not
That's
even
terrible.
the song. I know. Anyway,
what did we? Yeah,
Sasha
I figured
Banks
what
and
we
Naomi.
were on. Yeah,
But yeah, Sasha Banks and Naomi. I mean, I agree with MGT in the chat who said that Sasha Banks knows WWE needs her, not the other way around. It's true. It's true.
It's very true. She doesn't need them.
As far as like what will end up happening, WWE's in a position to offer Sasha Banks like way more money than anyone else.
Right.
I mean, like AEW could offer her comparable money, but like her contract has to run out first. She's still signed. I think Naomi's contract actually would have already run out in December, but I think because she's suspended, it kind of rolls over and WWE froze her contract for a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or something along the lines of that. Because I know her contract was actually coming up more recent than Sasha Banks' was. So what's going to happen? I can't say. What I will say is if they come back and they are the ones to like they would make a lot of sense it would make a lot of sense, I should say, if they were kind of joining team Bianca for War Games.
Right.
It doesn't look like that's gonna happen because like at the moment right now, that's like kind of like not where we're that's kind of, War Games. That's what I was trying to do. That's what I was trying to do. There we go. Look, it happened. It happened. What happened, you might ask? Oh. War Games! That's what happened. There we go. Technical difficulties all around, but I still got the William Regal plug-in.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Also, Damage Control's theme? What the hell is even that? Have you listened to that theme? It's like rock rap. Heavy metal rap. Like, it's the most Triple H thing ever. It's like, we're going to combine heavy metal with rap. It's all about the game. And now you play wicked. Is this thing on?
It's terrible.
Oh, man.
Absolutely horrible.
You got MGT in the chat saying Sasha Banks and Naomi may return as heels and join Damage Control for War. Hell no. Hell no. I had a dream.
They might turn heel, but they're not Damage Control.
I really do want Naomi in the Bloodline. Could you imagine her and Sami Zayn cutting promos backstage?
It'd be the greatest thing ever, dude.
Like, and even she goes up to Jay and is like, Jay, what's your problem, man? Like,
dude,
oh my god, her and Sami Zayn dancing.
Oh my god, yes,
like that.
Yes.
I want to be clear. I'm also a huge Sami Zayn fan, and I am biased. I do want the first ever Muslim world champion. That is a thing that I want. So,
is he Muslim? I didn't know he was Muslim.
He is Muslim. Yes, he's Muslim. He's married. He has like 2 kids. He keeps his
knew he was married. I didn't know he was
very private. Sami Zayn does.
Yeah, I knew he was married after he stopped being friends with what was the masked wrestler name? That guy? Oh, El Generico. After he stopped being friends with that guy, yeah, you know.
Well, that's why El Generico went down to Mexico to be with the orphans. He was very sad, and I'm glad he's found purpose. We need to get that Sami Zayn versus El Generico match.
We do. It needs to happen.
Fun fact: Did you know that in a past life, when I used to do backyard wrestling, I used to do run-ins as El Simplico?
That's funny.
Yeah. It was.
Never wore a mask.
You never wore a mask? See. Here's our things. Our federation was like we had a good group of guys. We had like 10 people, but like we needed. Here's the thing. We were trying to be like raw. We had to fill a 2-hour show. So
oh god.
So we were like, all right, how do we? We're gonna have multiple. Because here's the thing. I was the commentator. Okay, I was the commentator. I was the GM. And I was like the guy putting the matches together. I was doing a lot of work then. And on top of that, we were like, okay, we need
you were, man.
You gotta have like they're like, you gotta have like a side character. You gotta have like a character, but we can put you under a mask so people think you're a different person. There are By the way, I realized this. There are about like 12 episodes of OBW Force, and like I think like 4 or 5 episodes of OBW Rampage. Yes, Rampage. Tony Khan.
You
Yes,
did say
Rampage.
that. You said that before.
There's a few episodes floating around somewhere. I found like a clip of one that I might share next time. But they're somewhere. Like the full videos are somewhere. I don't think I have them. I think my friend might have them. But yeah, we were.
I think we still have some of the tapes of me diving terribly off of a top rope onto someone.
Oh my god! So worst dive I once dove into an 8-foot pool, like a concrete 8-foot. Well, here's the thing: unfilled. Dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. And should have gotten hurt. It should have taught me a lesson.
It didn't.
It did not. I literally jumped into that pool, Trevor, and like it was fine. We had a bed inside the pool so we could crash on it. But I rolled too hard. I rolled too far and like hurt myself a little bit. I was fine. MGT just asked in the chat, "Hey Trav, what wrestling YouTubers do you watch?" Me?
I watch a lot of the main guys that we watched. I watched. Oh yeah, you. I watched WrestleMania.
Hello, welcome to WrestleMania. In today's video,
I watched WrestleMania. I like those guys.
He's good.
I watch Dank Ops, Chris Danger. I watch that guy. I love that guy. He's awesome. He plays a lot of wrestling video games. He's also training to be a wrestler. He's also a manager of a tag team in DPW. Check him out. Wrestling name Chris Danger. Dank Ops Dank Ops is his name. Great guy. I watch what was the one that you put me onto recently, Omer? The one with the British gentleman that talk about different times in wrestling.
Oh, Tom Talks Rubbish.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Tom Talks.
I love that guy.
It's a great show.
Love that guy.
Yeah, no,
very
he's
good.
Tom is one of the nicest people ever. I follow him on Twitter. He's a great follow on Twitter. All he does is just shout out his friends, and he's just awesome. He's a cool guy.
MGT, do you know the Danger? You know the Danger? You know all about the Chris Danger? Yes, Chris Danger's awesome.
Chris Danger's awesome. Tom Talks Rubbish is also awesome, guys. Go subscribe to Tom Talks Rubbish's YouTube channel, guys.
Yeah, Tom Talks Rubbish is awesome.
Some awesome, he's just a wholesome dude.
It really is.
Shout out to him. Big shout out. Great for the wrestling community, especially when you got not so great people out there. Well, I won't name any names right now because I don't have a reason to name
Chris Van Lett. I like him too.
Chris Van Vliet is really great. Yeah.
I love him. I love that guy. His interview with Evilise and his interview with The Rock was really good, and also with Dan Helding was really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, of course, I want to shout out I also shout out Ango. Ango's
absolutely
good dude. He's given me a lot of advice too on YouTube and this.
I haven't had a chance to work with him yet. I know you guys have worked together a couple times. I haven't had a chance to work with him yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that'll happen at some point. So him, Valen Plano from Plano Productions is a good dude. Of course, our good friend. Justin from Juggernaut 097.
I almost forgot Juggernaut.
Yeah, Juggernaut. Great job there. He has a lot of good stuff too. A lot of retro reviews that I will never have the time to do because you don't want to see my.
I know, right? I wish I had that much time on my hands. I really
not even time on my hands. I wish I had that much patience to
true.
Sit down and watch a pay per view for a live stream. I could never watch a retro pay per view for a live stream like that.
He does an amazing job of it too, man. He really knows his stuff.
Yeah. Only thing wrong with him is he's a Chiefs fan, so unfortunate.
I mean, that could be a good thing. I mean, they are winning.
I mean, the only thing worse than being a Chiefs fan is being a Cowboys fan. But
I mean, of course, Baltimore
third in the division. How many Super Bowl rings this century, my friend? How many?
This century, I mean, none. But we still have ranks, so.
Okay. So yeah, let's move on, Trevor, to our final topic of the day. Shinsuke Nakamura will be taking on the Great Muta
Interesting.
at a Pro Wrestling Noah show coming up. This is part of a collaboration leading up to Muta's last match. It's like I think this is one of the first times we've seen. I think it might be the first time we've seen, like, at least in the modern era, a WWE wrestler like inked to sign an outside match in Japan. So that's a big deal there. What do you think about this? Could this open the door for other things to happen? Because we know that the Great Muta recently did appear on AEW Dynamite Rampage, I should say, Grand Slam, to kind of help out Sting, and we know that Sting is going to be a part of his last match coming up. So there's a bit of a crossover, not a lot, but like, what do you think? Could this like lead to like maybe more cooperation and more like collaboration in the wrestling community?
I hope so. I really hope so. I mean, we've talked about before how well, Tony Khan was with the open door policy he had, and like it would be cool to see more federations. Lord, I'm old. Promotions do that. Like WWE, like it would be great. I think they're getting a little more lenient though, because a lot I've seen, because especially because of the was that OC? They are those? Did we ever get a report? Are those guys actually gonna be at the wrestling event to defend their
Carl
belt?
Anderson will not be at the autumn show.
Yeah. So I mean, they're still not as lenient as they could be or should be, but we'll see. I mean, this could open a forbidden door, so to speak, or open the gates later, and maybe we'll see something spectacular come from it. Because I mean, if the only way to make a company better, and I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, how do you make something that's been on top for so long better? Like that's how you make WWE better. You open the forbidden door, so to speak, and give it opportunity for other wrestlers to meet your fans to meet new wrestlers, and their fans to meet your wrestlers. Like it's a give and take, and it helps. I mean, I thought what Tony Khan did with that, especially purchasing ROH, was magnificent move, very smart move. He just gotta keep it up and keep it.
Gotta
keep
get
moving.
a damn TV deal, man. Like, I'm sick of seeing the ROH title on AEW.
Me too, dude. Like you gotta get a TV
first,
deal.
We have 16 championship matches on this 2-hour edition of AEW
27 matches.
Sorry. We have a tight 10-match card here tonight on this whatever jam-packed edition of AEW Rampage with limited commercial interruptions brought to you by State Farm. State Farm.
Put it on Rampage, and every match is gonna be like 12 seconds.
Jam-packed action to the brims. Well, goddamn, son, we could tighten this schedule up a little bit. Just JR in there. Goddamn, son. Also, I gotta get your thoughts on JBL. What did you think of JBL? I don't know if you've seen this. He's back. Do you know this?
Is he commentating now?
No, he's Baron Corbin's manager.
Oh, dear Lord.
You know what his gimmick is?
What?
It's the same thing it's always been. Old conservative and redneck JBL.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he was like going around. He came out to Texas. He was like, "You little snowflakes, you little lib woke snowflakes with your."
So is he still Happy Corbin, or is he something different now?
It's Baron. He's back to being Baron Corbin, but like JBL's like, I think he's like benefactor or something.
I gotta check this out. I haven't seen this yet.
I mean, he's just going like full on like he's just like, you damn woke mafia. The woke mafia. You had the main event mafia, now you have the woke mafia.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what Joe Gacy's thing should probably be called, the woke mafia.
True. Oh, that's another thing. Not to jump from what we were talking about to something else.
Please.
The Rock's daughter. What did you think about it? Like, I mean, she didn't do a whole lot, but she did talk. What do you think about? Did you see the replay of it or the previews of it,
she
reviews
is
of it?
definitely the Rock's daughter. like that much I know.
Oh yeah,
She looks a
definitely.
lot the Rock. But I mean, like we've heard good things about her. She had a screen presence
Yeah,
for sure. It's just a
it does.
matter of what she does and the group that she's with. I don't know how that leads to success, but I mean, it's a
We'll
developmental
see.
thing, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's just
I'll give it a
developmental
chance,
at
of
this point.
course.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see where it goes.
I mean, she you said she looks a lot like her father. She does. Have you seen Danny Garcia,
Yeah,
her
she does
mother?
look a lot like her mother too. Like it's
Dude, like it was a very, very good combination of both. You're like, wow, she looks like both of them. But yeah, she does have a presence, and like you said, it's just developmental, and we'll see what happens with is MGT just said Ava Rain. I
I'm
forgot
not.
her name. Sorry,
I mean, Ava Rain. I don't know.
I'm not sold on the name, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, look, it could have been worse. It could have been like Ava Mavia. Like they could have had a.
That'd have been way worse.
I mean, like I don't know. You could have. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like it's gonna end up being like damn Braun Breaker. We're just gonna get used to it, so it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it could be worse names, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. What we were talking about originally.
Could have called her fabulous. Could have called her fabulous
God.
Moolah.
No, never do that. She is not racist and doesn't do things like Fabulous Moolah.
MGT asks in the chat, "What are you doing on Friday nights?"
What am I doing on Friday nights?
Probably watching basketball with my friends. I work for a living, MGT. I'm entitled to one night where I don't watch wrestling, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have look respect.
I watch hockey with my friends, so
I have a lot of content to watch, MGT. All right, I'm a busy man. All right. Barely got time to do this show, as you can tell by the lack of schedule we've been keeping on this the last couple of weeks. All right,
those fantastic schedules.
Don't come at me. It's wild. I caught myself because I love you, MGT. This is not on you. You know when you kind of like when you react to something in the wrong way, and then it kind of builds up, and you just keep talking, and you kind of make yourself more and more angry. I was on my way to doing that. I was like, I'm too damn busy. I don't need you telling me. Like, no. I love you, MGT.
That's hilarious.
It was like I did the exact opposite of what he whom will not be named did. But we got MGT asking, do you remember the match between Terry fucking Ric Flair? Which one?
Which one? Like the thousandth one?
I mean, I think there were like. There were like a few. I think the one he's talking about is like the one from I think 89. Like they had they had like a. I mean, they literally wrestled like a million times. But like
had great feuds.
There was one match they had in like 89 at I think it was like was it? It had to have been a Clash of the Champions since it was 1989. So I mean, it was at like Clash of the Champions. They had a really good match at Clash 1989. If you're looking for a good match,
he's talking about the I Quit match.
Yeah, I mean, like it's crazy. I think it actually was the I Quit match.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they. Or wait, no, that might have been. I'm getting my clashes mixed up. They wrestle a lot. These damn kids in there wrestling. But yeah.
Have you been paying attention? They're making a.
It was 89. I was right. It was 89.
You're right. Oh, there you go. They're making a Von Erich movie. They're making a movie about the Von Erich.
Like a movie or another documentary?
Yeah.
Because I've seen like 80 documentaries.
A movie because what's his name? Can't think of this kid's name. Why can't I think of his name now? He was in what was the name of that kid's name? What is his name? I'm gonna be so mad.
Zac Efron. He's Carrie.
There we go. Zac Efron. There we go.
I saw the picture of him like as Kerry Von Erich. He looks or he was Kevin. Sorry. He
Yeah,
looks like him. He that's a
you know who
good.
else he looks like? He looks like what Mr. Wonderful.
Paul Orndorff. Yeah, he
Yeah,
could be. Yeah, he could be a little bit of a Paul Orndorff kind of guy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Um.
this, I find that stuff like that cool, man. Like I like how they're trying to, make wrestling more like because wrestling is one of those things that only a select few people watch, And I like how they're trying to bring it to the masses because honestly, that's a tragic story. Like anybody that doesn't know the story of the Von Erichs, it's completely tragic. Tragic.
MGT in the chat asks, "Do you guys think if Eddie Guerrero did not pass, Benoit would still be alive?"
Hmm. I
I
don't.
I don't know. I mean, look,
I
it's
would say possibly because he did go through a lot of depression during that period, and from what like a lot of reporters say and what woman was saying, his this whatever that he was going through a lot. He mentioned Eddie constantly. A lot of wrestlers reported that he did the same thing. Chris Jericho, he always would talk about how he missed Eddie. Like it is possible. It's possible that he could. Uh,
I I I
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
think it's just speculation at this point.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate on that too because it's just like one of those.
Yeah,
I can't say that because what he did was like so out there and so heinous. Like I can't say it was one thing. Granted, it was a big deal, right?
that did it, or
But I don't know. Yeah.
yeah. When it comes to something like that, it's kind of hard to speculate exactly because like one thing didn't just turn him make him go bonkers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially if you subscribe to the CTE theory as well, like then it's just like one of those things where I again I don't want to get into that too much.
Right.
We got
Absolutely.
MGT in the chat saying wrestling has been on life support. I don't think so. I think wrestling's been thriving. Yeah, we saw
Lately.
GCW today just sign or just announce a streaming deal with Fight Plus.
I saw that.
Trevor.
I'm excited.
Trevor, every single GCW pay-per-view ever, and every
I'm
pay-per-view
excited.
for $4.99 a month.
I'm excited. I am definitely excited.
Go watch 4 Cup stuff, people. You can see me in the second row, marking out to Speedball Mike Bailey and Smiley Kylie Ray. Oh, by the way, speaking of Smiley Kylie Ray, I got to see Smiley Kylie Ray at 44th Street Rumble.
Awesome.
I was up in New York last week, and I went to 44th Street Rumble, and that was it was a New Japan Strong show.
Yep.
I don't know. I realized like it was Friday night. Or it was a Friday. I think it was Friday night. I was like, don't have anything to do, and I got a text. You want to come to the Rumble? I was like, sure, let's go. So I went, and it was interesting. It was a fun show. It's like my first New Japan Strong show, or my first New Japan show ever. Yeah, the opening match. That was when I texted you. Leo Rush returned.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leo Rush returned to New Japan. Him and Yo are going to be a tag team, you would think, moving forward. I got to see this insane moment with Minoru Suzuki and Ken Shamrock going face-to-face. That was when Minoru Suzuki beat Hangman Adam Page and Clark Connors.
Wow.
Yes, Hangman, big jobber jabroni, Hangman Adam Page. I love how his have you ever heard his entrance music?
What, for New Japan?
So Clark Connors' entrance music.
Oh no.
Is literally it's just like cowboy, and I'm just like, is that supposed to be cowboy shit? Just over? Are you like literally like actually? It's like but they blur out the shit. I'm like, are you literally just like a bootleg Hangman Adam Page, a bootleg
He might
Walmart,
be.
great value brand like Ajax,
Great value, man.
Ajax, Hangman Adam. That's why I call him Hangman Adam Beige. It's the color beige. Which, by the way, guys, if you don't know what the color beige is, look it up because it's like a light poop.
Wait.
Hangman
dear.
Adam Page. No, Clark Connors is a great wrestler. He's a good wrestler. I just like to crack jokes because I'm a loser online. But he is a good wrestler. He
Never been
just
to a New Japan show though.
yeah, I mean neither was I before that event. I was just like it was just one of those things where it was like I didn't realize I had an event until like an hour before. I was like, oh.
Well, why not?
I was like, I've got nothing else to do. It was weird though. It was like in the middle of Times Square. It was in an arena in the middle of Times Square. So I mean, it was just like so very jarring because like it's underground, and then you come back up, and you're like you see all these lights. You're like, whoa. But yeah, it was a fun show. I'm not sure when the next New Japan Strong show is. I think the next one actually might be in like Vegas or something.
Okay, I gotta. I don't know. Whenever I can, I need to check it out. I went to a.
They had one in DC a while back.
Oh really? I went to a Shakara show years ago. Years ago. And I think I went to a Dragon Gate show too.
Oh, you went to a Dragon Gate show?
I believe I did.
Interesting. Cool.
But both years ago, of course. But yeah, man. Like I've never been to New Japan though.
Yeah.
But
one of these. I mean,
I need to go to more indies.
Wrestle Kingdom is like a bucket list thing for me. Like
where's Wrestle Kingdom was what Japan or?
Oh, that's Tokyo Dome.
Tokyo Dome, yeah. That's what I thought.
MGT says, guys, give me your top 5 AEW theme songs of 2022.
That have lyrics.
I mean, I couldn't give you my top 5. I can give you 5 that I really like.
Yeah, I can give you 5 that I like, but it might not all have lyrics.
Exclude like some great things. I mean, I love I do love Bryan Danielson's "I Was Born for Greatness."
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I was born for greatness, greatness, greatness.
His is good. Of course, the Young Bucks theme song, but if I'm
CM Punk's fired. CM Punk's fired. Let's see. I like Swerve song. Swerve when I drive. I say swerve when I drive.
Yeah, I like the song too.
When I kick people in the nuts when Keith Lee has his back turned.
You know who really grew on me?
Oh,
The Acclaim. Because they're absolute numbskulls. I actually love them.
The Acclaim have arrived.
Scissor me, daddy ass.
Oh, daddy abs. Wow, it's daddy abs.
It's daddy abs? Okay.
No,
I thought it was daddy abs.
Daddy abs. I just call it daddy abs. Let's see. I'll give you 2 other ones. Probably I can. I really like Orange Cassidy's song, Jefferson Starships. Yeah. Jane, you're playing them games. You never can win, girl.
That's always been a great song.
That was his indie song too. Not when he was Fire Ant. Not when he was Fire Ant though.
No.
Fire Ant. The day I found out that Orange Cassidy was Fire Ant, I lost my shit. I was like, what? And I'm like one of like 3 people who would have lost his shit had he known that Orange Cassidy was Fire Ant.
Yeah.
Anyway,
another one. I do really like Darby Allin's theme song.
I jump off ladders when my head's on fire. I do coffin drops to cheaters and liars. Oh, have my head painted and it's black and white.
I hate you.
My dad stings puts me to sleep at night. I fell asleep.
Why do I talk to you?
Oh yeah. MDC in the chat says R-Truth was on NXT last week to start a little feud.
He was, yeah,
with Grayson Waller. That should be some entertaining promos.
It should be, as long as Truth knows who he's talking to.
That's not even PG.
You know, our Truth is another one. Our Truth has like 4 kids.
Like 60. Our Truth is like nearly 60 years old, man. The dude has not aged since he was like 30.
No, man, he hasn't aged a day.
He looks younger than I do, which is crazy. Like okay, sorry, he just turned 50, so he's not 60. But
he's close to it.
man, Ron, the Truth, he is the Truth killing. Maybe we should start.
He is, man.
You remember back when he was K-Quick?
I remember K-Quick.
Oh
yeah.
my God, K-Quick.
He used to
come on, you fools, get rowdy. If you didn't know, you better call somebody. It's wild how much like wrestling musical knowledge I've retained over the years.
Yeah, so I don't remember a lot of them, but wait, I do remember. Do you remember the Aggression album, WWE Aggression album?
Yeah, I've listened to it.
Where you said what?
I've listened to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the what was it? The Gangrel, the song for the group.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. If I'm not mistaken, that was done by No Limit.
Really?
In Aggression when they had the rap covers, I believe that was the one.
God, what was it? Do you remember the WWE album they came out with? It was like 2003. Like I forgot what it was. I think it was like WWE. It was WWE like fucking. Was it Originals? It might have been WWE Originals. Anyway, they came out with this album, and they had a bunch of like it was a meme album. That's all it was. It was a complete meme. Like one of the songs on there was Kurt Angle like singing "I don't suck." I
do remember. I think that was Originals. Yeah, I think that was
there's
Originals.
that, and then you had a song. The Rock is singing a song about pie. Do you want the Rock's pie? Like it was just him like it was an R&B.
Here's a song about pie.
It was like it was so many meme songs on that album. Wow.
Dude, like the Aggression album, dude, was stacked. Like so, Degeneration X, of course, was sang by Run DMC. Mankind was sang by Old Dirty Bastard and Kool Keith. Then you had The Rock, Know Your Role song sang by Method Man. Stone Cold was sang by Snoop Dogg and WC. Vince McMahon, No Chance, Peanut Butter Wolf, and Redman.
Peanut Butter Wolf.
That was his name. Yes. Never heard of him after that.
Peanut Butter Wolf.
Yes. Then you had Gangrel, like I said, Won't Stop by C Murder and Mr. Magic from No Limit. You had Kane theme, Big Red Machine, sang by the Eastsiders. Chris Jericho, of course, was by R.A., the Rugged Man. New Age Outlaws was Badass Technique. The Godfather's theme was Pimpin' Ain't Easy, and that was by Ice-T. You had Triple H in The Game, sang by Razzcast and Mystical. That was an interesting one. Then you had the Big Show theme song sang by K-Mac and Boo Capone and Mac 10. Then you had Undertaker theme, The Ministry.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I got one last. This is the last one.
Okay.
And Undertaker theme by Dame Grease and Mino.
Run that back real quick. Did you say Moo Capone?
I said Boo Capone. Which makes it even worse.
I mean, in my head, I'm thinking like Al Capone, like Al Capone's head on a cow. It's like Moo Capone.
Now you're thinking of Al Capone's ghost. Boo.
Boo. Boo Capone. See?
See?
Come on, say.
Yeah, that album was actually pretty good, honestly.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, Trevor. All right. So as we're closing out, Trev, what are you watching? What do you got for me? What are you liking? What are you hating? Let me know. So
recently, I haven't really been watching wrestling. I've been taking taking a break because, well, Halloween is my favorite time of year, so I've been watching spooky stuff. Um, for those of you who like horror movies or like anime, I got some recommendations. Um, Anime I've been watching, of course, finishing Attack on Titan, and also started Chainsaw Man, which is actually really good. It's just ridiculous enough to make sense. Then for my horror movies, I started watched X, which was interesting, and then a sequel, which is Pearl, which is even more interesting. Um, Terrifier 2, absolutely gory. If you guys love anything about horror stuff like I do, check those out definitely. And I also game recommendations. I've been playing games recently. Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 8, the Village came out with the new DLC, which is we get to play with Rose. If you're familiar with the game, please check it out. It's very good. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing recently.
Yeah,
Getting back into my gaming.
I missed out on Halloween this year. It just passed me by. It was one of those things.
Yeah, I just watched. I did really just watch movies and stuff.
Yeah. It Follows is a great horror movie regardless, though. If you guys haven't seen it, It Follows.
It really is. It shouldn't be, but it actually really is.
Scared the hell out of me.
It's actually
scared the
really
hell
good
out
movie.
of me.
Did you ever watch what's it the Babadook?
That little kid from that movie was such a little shithead.
Oh, he was an asshole, but the movie wasn't bad.
Man. Like, he deserved to be Babadooked. He deserved his mom to be Babadooked. All right.
The movie wasn't that bad. A lot of people didn't really like it, but it wasn't bad. It was decent.
Here's the thing. That kid annoyed me so much that I hated the movie. And I love
movies,
but that kid annoyed the hell out of me.
That kid got on my nerves too. He was a pain in the ass.
Best horror movie of all time?
Absolute pain in the ass. Ooh.
Best horror movie. Favorite horror movie, I should say. Favorite
horror movie of all time? Favorite horror movie of all time. One of my favorite horror movies is a movie called You're Next. It was on Netflix for a while. It takes the ideology of a final girl and flips it on his head, and it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely good. Imagine like Wrong House on the left with a twist. Because
you were about to say Roadhouse.
Yeah, without telling you.
Roadhouse.
No, Roadhouse. But no, like it's like this isn't telling anything. This is just telling the plot, no, without telling the spoiler or anything. So pretty much, bad situation happens. A group of people are in a house that is ransacked by trained killers, and they have to make it out alive. That's pretty much me telling you the movie without telling you the movie. But it has, if you're one of those horror fans that looks at horror movies for the kills, it has one of the best kills I've ever seen in all of horror movies. And if you're looking for really twisted kills, look at Terrifier. That's terrible. Oh, damn. R-Truth injured during NXT, apparently.
I am fact checking.
Yeah, check that. See if it's real.
Okay, wait. Let's see.
Make some noise!
So Ron the Truth Killings did show up. R-Truth unable to finish the match due to injury. Oh, okay, so he was injured in the middle of a match, it looks like.
Match, okay.
Okay, well, okay, hold up. I'm watching this. Oh, his knee just went splat on the. Oh my God. He did the.
Yes.
He's 50 years old. He did a dive. He did a flipping dive to the outside, and landed like smack on his like knee, and he just clutched it. So that's a shoot. He was unable to finish the match. Oh God.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully he ends up okay.
Hope so.
Anyway, guys, if you're going to be at Dynamite tomorrow night, be sure to hit me up. Let me know. Say hi. Again, scared the hell out of me. Be a Boo Capone and scare the hell out of me. Boo, hello. you and scare the hell out of me. Do it.
Yeah, just make sure you don't slap anyone.
I will slap you if you scare me. I look. I have an look. I cannot control. I cannot control. If you scare me, I will. My instinct is to slap. I'm gonna go slap Happy. Anyway, guys, on behalf of Trevor. Oh, by the way, guys, if you guys want to give him a follow, be sure to do that. Give my boy Trevor a follow at TREVE at TREVERTAINMENT. Trevor Tainment.
Yours is so much easier. Anyway.
Yeah, it's Omer Q Show. OMERQ Show. Yeah, although the Q became problematic for a while, it's okay. I had to. My last initial got canceled for a little bit. But we're back. Well, no. Okay. My initial is back. The reason, no, that is not back. We don't want that to come back. Go away.
Go away.
God, don't, Jerry Lawler, go away. Anyway, Trevor, say bye to the people.
Bye, people. See you next week.
That we will. And until next time, be happy, be healthy. Keep it real. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boo Capone.